Krishna. We are from childhood onwards in this holy land of India. We have great faith on Lord Vishnu, Narayan, all his incarnations. And the upcoming Narsimha Chaturdashi is coming. On this special occasion, we are trying to hear about Lord Narsimha, about his nectarian Katha. First of all, before going to learn anything about Narsimha and Prahlad Maharaj, let us pray with two-fold hands, with full of devotion, the prayer to Lord Narsimha. Namaste Narsimhaya Prahlad Dayini Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha Srilatankanakali Ito Narsimha Bharatho Narsimha Yatu Yatu Yamitatu Narsimha Bahir Narsimha Hudaye Narsimha Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prabhade Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Sringam Dhalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhingam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jai Narsimhadev Bhagavan ki Jai Prahlad Maharaj ki. These two personalities, they are very special in one's life. How? Because the Lord is assuring his devotees that he will take care at any point of time, at any place, even in whatever form he need to be taken. In the case of Prahlad Maharaj, we saw Lord Narasimha took a very special form which he never did till now. Neither is human being nor is a animal. It's Narasimha. It's half human being and half lion. It's very special. According to the boon given to the Hiranyakashipu, Lord Narasimha has to appear in the form of Nara and Simha, half lion and half man. There is various things Hiranyakashipu did in the case of immortality. When Hiranyakashipu wanted to become immortal, he asked boon from the Lord Brahma in such a intelligent way that it's almost near to the immortality. But we know in this entire creation, everything is created, maintained and destroyed by the Supreme Person of Godhead. And because of illusion, we forget the Supreme Person of Godhead and why we came into this material world. We forget this. In fact, in the case of Prahlad Maharaj, when Prahlad Maharaj sent to school to learn the philosophy from the teachers, Chanda and Amarka, the sons of Shukracharya, he is a spiritual master for the demons, Asuras. Hiranyakashipu, we know he is Asura, but he knows philosophy. When his brother Hiranyaksha killed by the Varahdev, what happens? In the home of Hiranyaksha, a great calamity happens. Hiranyaksha's mother and his wives all are lamenting like anything. We see if somebody passes in our home, all the relatives, everybody will cry like anything. They beat their chests, they beat their heads, and whomever comes, they fall on them and they cry. But here in the case of Hiranyaksha's relatives also, same thing happened. His mother, he cried like anything and he fainted. She fainted. And his wives also. At that time, Hiranyakashipu, the brother of Hiranyaksha, he went in that assembly and he teaches them philosophy, the tattva about the life. This is very special in our ancient history, in our culture, where the values are there. Vedic culture is there. Even the demons, they know the philosophy. In the present days, in which we are living in this current Kali Yuga, nobody knows the philosophy. It's a very few people who are selected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Very few are known about the philosophy, tattva, about the life. What is the human form of life? Whereas this Hiranyakashipu, he teaches them very wonderfully. Because we know from the Shastric point of view, humans are not able to understand spiritual subject matters very quickly, very easily. But where there are exceptional cases will be there. The humans will be also very intellectual and they will easily understand the philosophy. For them to understand Hiranyakashipu, he narrated a story about King Suyagna. When King Suyagna killed in the battlefield, he got died. The same situation happened with him also. The wives and the relatives started crying. At that time, Yamadharmaraj, he went in a small boy form in that assembly and he teached about the philosophy there in the deathbed to the relatives of King Suyagna. He narrating a story about a Kulinga bird. Once upon a time, in the forest, a hunter, his job is to hunt, kill the animals. He captured a Kulinga bird, female bird, by throwing some seeds and he caught in the net. And the male Kulinga bird, he started crying. Oh, my dear wife, she got trapped in this hunter's net. And he's crying like anything. Oh, what happened if you go? If you die, what happened? How can I live? You see, our small children, till now they didn't get wings also. How they will be able to maintain themselves? How I will upbring them? It's very difficult for me. How can I maintain my life? He's crying like anything. And hunter is very clever. He went just like he disappeared and he came to other route and he just shouted an arrow. It instantly came and cut the neck of this male Kulinga bird. Here, Yamadharmaraj is teaching to the philosophy to the wives of King Suyagna. This same story is narrated to Hiranyaksha's wives by the Hiranyakashipu. The three stories collected. The philosophy is detailedly explained by Yamadharmaraj to the wives of King Suyagna that we are forgetting that death can come at any moment. We are thinking that our relatives died, we are lamenting like anything, but we are forgetting the real philosophy, the tattva is that we can die at any time. Philosophy known by these demons also. See how Hiranyakashipu also is speaking this philosophy. But he also forgets because of false ego. He thinks that I am the one, I will do, and whatever is saying, it belongs to me. Because of this, we forget. And moreover, we are not uplifted our consciousness from the bodily consciousness to the spiritual consciousness, to the transcendence. That's why we are not able to know the philosophy and apply in our life. Even though the Hiranyakashipu knows the philosophy about the life, when he heard from his son Prahlad, as we heard recently, how Prahlad Maharaj learnt this philosophy, how did he teach to his schoolmates, Asura schoolmates, demon school friends. As we saw, how Prahlad Maharaj is inert we can say he's not interested in the childhood activities like playing and chit-chatting, whatever children do. He's not interested in all these things. From the very instant he appeared in the womb of Mother Kayadu, from that point only he is very devotional. When Prahlad Maharaj speaking like this very big philosophy to his schoolmates, demon asuras friends, the school friends got a question. We know questioning is a sign of intelligence. And Prahlad Maharaj thought, hey, my friends are improving in learning philosophy. And he asked, friends asked, what they asked? You are speaking such a big philosophy and you are practicing yourself also. We are able to see in your actions. But how you learn this philosophy? From where you have learned? Because our school teachers, Shanda and Amarka, they don't teach these things about Lord Vishnu and 9 devotional service. They don't teach all these things, chanting, holy name. They never taught us. They taught us only dharma, artha, kam, moksha. That too, economic development, how to do in a asuric way. They taught that only. But they never thought about the pure devotional service or Krishna consciousness to us. They asked this question to Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj started speaking. When my uncle Hiranyaksha got killed by Varahadev, my father Hiranyakashipu became so much we can say he got so much frustrated, so much got envy towards the Supreme Person of Godhead, and he wants to become immortal. And what he did, he went to the Mandarachala mountains and he did a severe tapasya. He did such a tapasya that entire universe got shaken because of his severe tapasya. And from his head, a huge fire is coming. And that heat is went to the all upper planetary system, lower planetary system, everywhere in the creation. And because of this, all the demigods, demons, everyone, everywhere, all creatures in the universe got disturbed. In fact, Lord Brahma got disturbed. And he got awakened from his transcendence. And he saw this Hiranyakashipu is doing so much vigorous tapasya. And he came down and he gave a boon. And he gave a boon. After while this tapasya is going on, and the demigods, what they did, they made a plan that this Hiranyakashipu is made as such a terror, he terrified all the universes, all the 3 planetary systems, and he gave such a great trouble to us. And if the sun who's in the womb of Mother Kayadu, if he comes out, how much big demon he will be, how much big asura he will be. And the demigods planned, let's kill this child in the womb. They thought like that, let's kill. But what happened? When the demigod's head Indra, they started dragging Kayadu from her palace, Hiranyakashipu's palace, from outside. At that time, Narada Rishi, Narada Muni came. Then he stopped the demigods, Indra. Hey, Indra, what you are doing? Don't you know? A great devotee is going to appear in the womb of Mother Kayadu. Don't think that a demon son will become demon. Presently, in the Kali Yuga, we can see that a loafer son will also become loafer. A richest son man become richest. We see because of the tendency of the atmosphere which he grows up, naturally he accepts. But there are some exceptional cases, some special cases will be there. It's not like that a loafer son will become loafer only. he can become intellectual, a good citizen, a good devotee of the Lord. But the condition is he should come in the association of the devotees. Here, Prahlad Maharaj is telling to school friends that how I learned this philosophy, how I got this realization about self when I was in the womb of my mother Kayadu. At that time, my mother got saved by Narada Muni when Indra wants to kill. And Narada Muni took my mother to his ashram, and my mother served Narada Muni very carefully and submissively. And Narada Muni saw her service and he imparted this spiritual knowledge. When he is speaking, giving this philosophy or this tattva to my mother, I also heard in the womb. And at that time, Prahlad Maharaj beautifully quotes a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 7th chapter and 17th verse. Prahlad Maharaj tells his demon friends that how one should learn this philosophy. The verse goes like this. Bhavatamapi bhuyanme yadi shraddha datevacha vaisharadidhi shraddadata tribalanam cha me yatha. Prahlad Maharaj continued, my dear friends, if you can place your faith in my words, simply by that faith you can also understand transcendental knowledge just like me. Although you are a small children, similarly a woman can also understand transcendental knowledge and know what is spirit and what is matter. Prahlad Maharaj is saying that Bhavatam api bhuyan me yadi shraddha dathe vachaha. He is telling that keep your faith, shraddha dathe. When you keep faith on me or my words, you will be able to know about spirit and matter. When I kept faith on the Narada Muni words, I realized I am able to distinguish what is spirit and what is matter. And he explains how one can learn this philosophy. Can we learn this philosophy by going to a shop and purchase something, a book, and read it? We will learn by this. Or can we go and attend some Pandal program or where the Bhagavad Saptas goes and we sit here and can we get this? No. Prahlad Maharaj says that one should approach a bona fide spiritual master who is coming in a Guru Parampara. For that also, Prahlad Maharaj very wonderfully quotes from 7th canto, 7th chapter, 30th verse. It's a very special verse where it emphasizes the authenticity of a guru who can teach the spiritual subject matter. The verse goes like this. Guru shushusha bhaktaya sarvalabdha parena cha sangena sadhu bhaktanam ishvararadhane cha shraddhaya tatkatayam cha kirtaner gunakaranam tatpadam bruha dhyana tallingeksharam adibhi. One must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. Whatever one has in one's possession should be offered to the spiritual master, and in the association of saintly persons and devotees, one should worship the Lord. Hear the glories of the Lord with faith, glorify the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord, always meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, and worship the deity of the Lord strictly according to the injunction of the Shastra and Guru. Yes, Prahlad Maharaj is teaching that how one should approach a bona fide spiritual master. As it is explained, same thing in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita also, 4.34 verse. One who is coming in Guru Shishya Parampara, one who heard this philosophy and is applied in his life, he sees Tattvataha, one who sees everything in relation with the Supreme Lord, either inanimate or animate, moving object or non-moving object. We should see in the relation with the Supreme Lord. For us, it is very easy that to find out who is a bona fide spiritual master. How? Because we are coming in a bona fide parampara, we came to know that there are 4 authentic sampradayas: Sri Sampradaya, Brahma Madhya Gaur Sampradaya, Vishnu Sampradaya, or Kumar Sampradaya. These 4 sampradayas are authentic, one who can take spiritual knowledge from this authentic sampradaya. And one can easily identify whether the particular sadhu or devotee, does he belongs to these 4 sampradayas. We cannot inquire him how his Guru Shishya Parampara goes. Whether it has connection with the Krishna, then it is authorized, otherwise not. Simply, we can understand. And the same thing is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Tad vidhi panipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. This tattvadarshis, those who see in the absolute truth, can impart this knowledge, this about the philosophy of life. And going ahead, Prahlad Maharaj teaches the school friends that I realized this same thing when I was in the womb of my mother. When Narad Muni taught this philosophy of life, about the Krishna consciousness, about the devotional life, bhakti, it taught us. And he's conveying same thing to his schoolmates, that you should keep faith on my words and you should accept a bona fide spiritual master. He will impart you this knowledge. Before that, we should serve him very submissively. And we should get the mercy of the Guru. And he speaks very wonderfully that how we are not the body but spiritual souls. He made them, his school friends, to understand this. This body is subjected to 6 changes. It takes birth, it maintains sometimes, it grows up, it produces byproducts, it dwindles, and it dies. How? He analyzes these senses are not giving the happiness to the eternal spirit soul as we eternally actually. He made them students, his schoolmates, to understand about the real tattva. And he concludes that one wants to make his human form of life perfect, one should serve the Lord Govinda, Vishnu, and he should make his life perfect. Like this, he conveys, he gives answers to the questions raised by his schoolmates. And we'll see what happened afterwards when Prahlad taught his school friends and went back the 3rd time his father's home. Hare Krishna.